Channeled message.
This was never just betrayal. This was an attempted spiritual assassination. The goal was not simply to hurt you. The goal was to keep you wounded long enough to remain accessible, to leave you bleeding in the same place, thinking and acting from the same pain, reacting from the same injury, circling and spiraling in the same grief, and living inside the same emotional timestamp where they abandoned you, where they left you. That was the strategy. That was their big one. They needed you exhausted, confused, grieving, needed you reactive, reachable. They needed you spiritually pinned to the scene of the crime. That is how the attachment stayed open. That is how the narrative kept breathing. That is how the distortion kept producing, how their little system kept feeding off itself, off your pain, off your delay, off your exhaustion, off your identity crisis, off the version of you they assumed would never recover, never fully recover. Yeah? That's why the deeper plan, whether they understood it consciously or not, that was the deeper plan. Keep the target in the wound. Keep the target carrying the weight. Keep the target rehearsing the injury. Keep the target trapped in survival mode. So long, survivor mode started to look like your personality. As long as you stayed there, they still had routes. They still had access. They could keep drawing from the residue of what they did to you, right? That is why your healing disturbs them so deeply, because you are no longer feeding the place they left you in. You're no longer lending your life force to a story that required you to remain broken, to stay broken. You are no longer unconsciously financing the very structure that fed on your suffering. You're not available on that same plane where they once reached you, right? That changes everything. When the target of the attack starts recovering, the whole structure starts shaking. Routes begin to close. That feeding awakens because it's becoming weaker. That illusion starts losing oxygen. That machinery, right, starts starving. That system is now starting to choke on emptiness. That is why they are upset now. Your survival was never a part they feared most. Your recovery was. Survival can still be monitored. Survival can still be manipulated, can still be baited back into the wound, right? Recovery is different. Recovery clears the field. It breaks the rhythm. It interrupts the harvest. Recovery removes hooks. It cuts the cords they were still drawing through, right? Recovery turns a former target into a closed territory. That becomes humiliation to them. They read your injury as a weakness, trauma as identity. They read your survival mode as your full range, like that's all you could do. They studied you while you were under pressure and then arrogantly assumed that version of you was permanent. They misread the whole thing because you weren't weak. You were under siege, right? You were not small. You were underweight. You were never finished. You were in transit. Now you are healing on purpose. Now you are recovering with intention, becoming disciplined where they expected collapse. You're becoming discerning where they expected confusion. You're becoming spiritually precise where they expected permanent damage. Yeah? That's why they're scrambling. Your nervous system is learning peace. Your mind is becoming clear. Your body is releasing what never belonged to you, right? Your spirit is reclaiming its ground. Your dreams are waking up. Your sense of self is returning without their fingerprints on it. They didn't plan for that. They did not plan for energetic boundaries. They did not plan for spiritual discipline. They did not plan for you to see the pattern. They did not plan for your restoration to become strategic. They didn't plan for you realizing that not every energy sent to you had to become an injury. They really did not plan for transmutation. And that is a deeper humiliation, right? Everything sent to break you became material for your ascent. Everything sent to delay you became pressure that sharpened you. Everything sent to drain you became something you learned to convert. Everything sent to bury you became evidence that you were never supposed to die there. So now, when energy is still projected towards you, it does not land the same. It does not hold you the same. It does not define you the same. It does not reach the same version of you because that version is gone. Yeah? You are not on that floor anymore. You are not in that field anymore. You are not living in that emotional house anymore. You are not standing in the same doorway where they once found you, open, raw, and easy to reach. You moved. Anyone still cycling that same poison, still touching that same distortion, still trying to access the same old wound, is trapped in the place they left you in. You're not there. You moved a long time ago. That is why healing matters. Not simply for comfort, for closure of access. Healing dismantles routes. It starves parasites. It interrupts the energetic economy that depended on your suffering. Healing collapses the false assumptions that your pain would remain available to harvest. Healing ends that arrangement. That is why your recovery is sacred, why your boundaries are not bitterness, why your restoration is not merely personal. It is strategic. It is spiritual. It is war work in reverse. Every time you chose peace over chaos, something weakens. Every time you clear your energy, something closes. Every time you refuse to identify with the wound, someone loses power. Every time you rebuild your life, something that once fed on your pain starts starving. So keep healing, keep clearing, keep building, keep reclaiming every dream they thought would die under the weight of the attack. Take every ounce of energy thrown at you and make it useful. Turn it into discipline. Turn it into precision. Turn it into discernment. Turn it into stamina. Turn it into a life so rooted in truth that once reached, you can no longer locate the same form that they tried to assassinate. Be mindful of the wolf you feed. Do not keep feeding the pain just to prove the war was real. Do not keep feeding the wound just to honor the fact that the attack was intentional. Do not keep feeding the version of you that was formed inside the ambush. Feed the part of you that is rebuilding, the part that is remembering, the part that is becoming. Feed the self that knows peace is not passivity. Yeah? Feed the self that knows healing is holy work. Feed the self that refuses to keep financing a system that once fed on your collapse. Your enemies counted on your pain being permanent. They counted on the damage becoming your identity. They counted on the confusion becoming your address. The assault outliving the assault itself. They counted on it. They counted on your spirit staying pinned to the scene. They were wrong. Your elevation is shutting down their access. Your restoration is exposing the failure of the attack. Your life is becoming evidence that the assassination was attempted, not completed.
End of message.